I wanted to make this video really quickly about being successful in music, about how you're going to start your music career. And this is for really anybody. I think it's going to be more so for for younger people. Let's say you're 17, 18, and you're thinking about starting a music career. I know when I was younger, and usually when you're younger, you want to go into the arts and everything, and maybe not take the traditional route, and so you have like your dreams and everything. But this really goes for anybody, for any age. Maybe you're 25, maybe you're even 30, and your dream is to be a musician. So what I'm going to do, because I've been in the music industry for a very long time. I started out when I was in high school. I was a guitarist, and I was a musician. And this is for any type of genre. This is for rappers. This is for people that are in bands and everything. But I promise you, in this video, I'm going to go through a roadmap that is a success roadmap from 0 to 1, like as if you were starting day one today. And this is guaranteed that you will find some measure of success and be able to be a full-time musician. Now, I do want to say that there is no secret, and some people you see this in comments a lot, and you see people talk like this. They're like, if you knew how to be successful, then you'd be successful. If you knew how to be a successful musician, then you'd be doing it right now. But the thing is that there is no secret. Everybody knows the secret. It's a really obvious thing, especially when you've been in business for a while, or you have a certain amount of experience in this lifetime. It becomes very obvious, like, what you need to do to be successful, because at the end of the day, you're just running a business. So it's not a matter of whether you know what to do or not. It's a matter of whether or not you're going to do it. And so that's pretty much it. It's the information is all out there. You know what you got to do. It's the difference between people who are successful and people who aren't are the people who do it, and that's it. So that's what this video is primarily about. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do, and if you do this, you have a high likelihood you're going to be successful no matter what. So let's get started. I got this little diagram here, and so first and foremost, this is the bare minimum of stuff that you need to get started. Hold on, give me a second. Get in a cup of coffee. Okay, so this is the bare minimum you need to get started. And this does take a certain amount of money, so you might have to get a part-time job or drive Uber or whatever you got to do to get money. But these are the things that you need. You need a computer with at least 500 gigabytes of storage, preferably SSD, and you need to at least have greater than 8 gigabytes of RAM. And this is pretty much where all of your music is going to be done. And so this is definitely required. You need a digital audio workstation. This is just where you're going to be making music. And so if you been doing music and you just want to get to more of the business side, you can skip this. I'm going to have chapters in this video and everything. But if you want to get all of the information as if you're starting from nothing, this is where you're going to start. So you probably know about Logic, FL Studio, and then there are some free digital audio workstations that you could Google. I've used them before in the past. They all work fine. Now, if you're starting with no money, which I'm assuming that you're on a tight budget, a lot of plugins and VST instruments and a lot of tools that you're going to use to make music, a lot of them have free trials. So you're going to be living off of free trials. So get used to making email accounts and keeping track of those email accounts. So this is the number one huge thing in being successful in any domain, in any industry, is being organized, using a lot of spreadsheets and Excel. If you're a younger person, you might not like hearing this, but this is the truth. You got to keep track of your stuff, whether you're using a Google Doc or Google Sheets or whatever. But I'm going to get to the business stuff a little bit more really quickly. I'll get there. But so just to go through this real fast, you need a cheap mic, and you could use any mic, really, as long as you find somebody who's good at engineering. You don't need the most professional mic. When you're at this beginning stages, so Prince, for example, his most famous album was recorded on an SM57, and you can search that up. I'm not going to make this video high production or anything. I'm just doing this really quickly on my own time to help out you musicians and young rappers. I want to see more people be successful. And you can search it up at an SM57. That mic, you could get it used on Facebook for like $50, $40 even. So little quick trivia on the SM57. So you guys probably watch podcasts. So you've probably seen those podcasts where the famous podcast mic, that's an SM7B. And that's by Shure. A lot of people use that for vocal recording and everything. And again, Prince used it, and it's a really tried and true mic to get professional sounding vocals and everything. The SM57 is actually the same thing as the SM7B. It just doesn't. It's not. It doesn't have certain features, but for all intents and purposes, it is the same thing. So the SM57, it looks a lot like this mic, but it's like the podcast mics, and it's really good for vocals. The only thing that you have to make sure with the SM57 is that you get a good pop filter on it, and then that's pretty much the thing that you gotta look out for. But other than that, it records phenomenal vocals. It records good instruments and everything. It's pretty much an all-around perfect mic. Or you could get something like this mic right here, and this is called Digital Reference, and it is like $20 or $30 from I think you can get it for $25. And I've used this on some of my tracks. And if you're good at EQing, or if you find an engineer that's good at working with vocal recordings, you could get professional sounding quality out of any mic. And the next thing you need is a cheap interface. So that's like, I got something really expensive, but you don't need to get something really expensive. I have the Element 24, Apple GM Element 24, that's on par with, I don't remember the brand name, but there's a really expensive Apollo, I think it's called. But you could get one of those cheap interfaces on at Guitar Center, or get them on Facebook Marketplace for like $40, $60. And I'm talking about getting all the cheap stuff at the beginning, because in the reality is that when we get into the business plan, you want to go work with in actual studios, not because it's a requirement and you don't have to do it, but if you can do it, the reason why you want to do it is because you just kind of want to connect with more people that are in the industry. And so that's actually one of the number one things about being in the music industry and about succeeding, is actually connecting with people in the industry. Okay, wow, this is actually already a long video, so I'm gonna try to get through this as quickly as I can. The next thing you need is a cheap MIDI keyboard to make music. So something like this. This is what it looks like. If you can see, it's the M Audio MIDI keyboard. This is all that you need to get started. It's really cheap. And then you need to have a smartphone so that you can make videos, make social media and everything, internet. And then lastly, the most important thing is grit, because this is going to take, there's a lot of boring work in this that musicians don't talk about. And this is the most important thing about this video. Well, there's so many important things about this video, but one of the most important things is that when you're running a business and when you want to be successful, a successful musician, you are a business. And you've probably heard that famous Jay-Z lyric, if you're a rapper, or if you do rap music, if you're in hip hop, that he's not a businessman, he's a businessman. And so essentially what he's saying is that he is not a man that does business. Like literally, Jay-Z, himself, it is a business, and that's the way you got to see it. And there's a lot of boring work that goes behind the scenes and being successful in music. That is like going and doing research, which could take days of just going on the internet, going on social media, on LinkedIn and everything, finding playlist curators, finding radio station hosts, finding just people in the music industry that do the music for like movies and video games and stuff. So finding those contacts, finding their emails, and then spending some time getting to see what kind of music they use in their video games and in their movies and everything, and then sending them an email with your track, and then following up with them, and then putting together a spreadsheet of all of these bookers, promoters, playlist curators, and all these people in the music industry that are on the publishing side or the actual exposition side, showing music and everything. And so that could take days of just data research, data entry, and tracking, and organizing and emailing, and then following up. So that takes a long time. It takes a lot of work, and it's very freaking boring. And so most musicians, they just want to do the fun stuff where you're making music, you're making social media content, and then you're making music videos. So in order to get through all that business stuff, you need some grit. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of effort. Okay, so I'm going to really quickly, before I get in, so I made this little document. I didn't make it thoroughly. I'm going to update it in the future, and I'm going to put this in a link here in the bio. So if you want to get access to it, you could get it. It's there. It's free. And I just want to go really quickly into the business side of things. So this is the standard business model. This is what any business needs to be successful. You need marketing and sales, promotion, production, customer service, and industry networking. So you have to produce a product, whether or not that's a shirt, that's a service, that is your music. You're producing something. And then you have to be able to market that to people. And the majority of businesses are going to fall short on marketing. This is the most important part. You need to let people that know that you exist, and you need to let them know every day. People need to know what you're doing, who you are, why you're doing it. So this is going to take up the bulk of your time as a musician in your business. And then customer service is going to be, you're going to be interacting with a lot of people on social media, and that's pretty much it. You're just going to be interacting with a lot of people on social media, and so that's going to be sort of like the customer service side of things. And then industry networking, so whether you're going to, if you're like you doing like a standard business, for example, like what I just said, which is like, let's say clothing or maybe even software, they're going to be going to like trade shows. You need to go to these events, and every industry does have events. So the music industry has events. They have the ASCAP events, all these different kinds of events, and you just want to go to them. And then the best way to handle industry networking in the music business is to do it slowly. You don't want to overwhelm yourself and want to know everybody, have all these contacts and all this stuff. You want to go there and have a genuine connection with people, and just be genuine in it, and it'll make it a lot easier. But okay, so I want to go to the 0 to success roadmap. So you're starting from day one. Let's just say today. Today is the day you started to be a musician. This is what you're going to do. This is what I would do. So day one, setting up all your social media accounts. So the YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, everything, pretty much all of it. It should take about an hour, maybe a little bit longer. Then I'm going to choose a platform that I actually want to be on, that I want to learn and understand. Probably like, let's say like TikTok. TikTok is is like almost at the top of like music social media. A lot of musicians are on there, and a lot of musicians are finding success on there. And the reason why you want to choose one social media account is because there is a style to that social media account. There's a way people interact with each other. There's a way people post and everything. So there is a sort of like a style to each social media app, and you want to be able to get to know that, and you want to know the people that are on there. You want to find a community to tap into and just understand what kind of content performs well on that app, and then you want to master it. So right now that there's a thing going on with TikTok where it might be banned, so maybe TikTok's not the best one. It might be Instagram or it might be YouTube, but nonetheless, you want to pick one social media app that you really want to focus on and really get to know like the culture of the app. And the next thing I would do is find artists that other musicians that are on the app that are using it in the way that I intend to use it. So you intend to use social media to promote your music and to build a successful music brand. That's your goal. You want to promote your music and get people to listen to your music. So find other people that are doing that and that are succeeding at that. And that could take like 2 hours. You might want to go find some like music producers, beat producers and everything, or people that are in the music industry, and this is one of the coolest things about social media is that there's everybody's on social media from every angle of an industry. So there are going to be music managers, there's going to be A&R reps and record label owners and everything. There's going to be all these people in the music industry that have some sort of relation to it that are posting content that you can get a lot of insight from. So you might want to go and follow them. Now the thing is about these artists, the artists and the musicians you want to find somebody who is at your level, and that's not too ahead of you, somebody that you can get in contact with and collaborate with, and it has to be genuine. Like, you have to feel like this musician, like, they're making good music, you genuinely like their music and you like their vibe and everything, and then you follow them, you maybe send them a DM like, hey, I love your music, love your content, I make music too, and would love to work with you and everything. Good stuff and everything, and just keep following and keep interacting with them. And you want to keep a list of these people in a Google spreadsheet. Just keep track of everything, and don't go too fast. You don't want to just go and follow like 100 artists, 100 musicians. You're going to be overwhelmed. Like, this is a slow process. Maybe follow 1 or 2 people a day, and let it be somebody that you really connect with, somebody whose music you really like, and somebody who you kind of want to be a part of, or you could see your music being a part of. And then you want to follow some of the bigger artists that are independent, that are doing fairly well on social media. And then the next thing I would do is I would start researching producers in studios in my city, in my local area, and my goal is to only record 1 to 3 songs. And this is like this is going to be the fundamentals, the base that I'm starting with, just 1 to 3 songs, and that's it. So you don't need to work with a producer, with a professional producer or a professional recording studio. You could do this all by yourself in your room, but you're going to need to know how to mix and master, which I know how to do. I've learned that. I'm actually going to put together a video, and I have a document that you can see. It's in the bio. It's going to tell you everything that you need to be able to mix and master a professional song. And you can do this all inside of Logic and Pro Tools. If it's not in the bio, it will be in the bio soon, because I got to put that together. But the reason why I suggest working with professional producers and recording studios is for one, this is how you actually network. One of the most important things about networking that a lot of people don't understand is that when you're networking, you got to remember, especially when you're starting at the bottom, you have nothing to truly offer anybody else, and you're more so in the position of taking. Like, you want to get access to other people's resources, access to other people's network and advice and everything like that. And that makes it a little tough, because people could kind of smell that. They know that you're really a nobody. And so you're more of in the taking position. So instead of and then there's a lot of desperate musicians. So you've probably seen this before on YouTube videos and everything you see, or in Instagram comments, you see musicians that are like, I'm the best musician, go listen to my music, go listen to my song, and all that stuff. And that just doesn't work. Everything when you're at the bottom is about giving. What do you have to give? And when you're networking, sometimes you have to view networking as just being in business. So going and hiring, giving money to producers, giving money to studios, that's so yes, it is true. You do have to pay to play in some respect. So going and paying to work with a producer and work with studios, that is networking. And you want to treat it as somewhat as networking. It's like you're getting in front of other people that are in the music industry, that might have been in the music industry longer than you, and that know people in the music industry, or might know people. And so you're giving them money, you're around them, they now know you as a musician. Like, oh yeah, this is a musician, I worked with this guy. And if you do a good enough job, if you make a hot enough record with these engineers and producers, they will remember, and they might talk about it, because you never know. But the thing is that it's all about touching as many people as you can, interacting with as many different people as you can. That's going to help your career a lot. So that's why I do suggest that. But again, you don't have to, but it is highly suggested. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put together a rough roadmap, a success plan, something that just to give you some guides. And I'm going to go through one here in a minute. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on some music. So you have all these tools from what you need to get started. And then I'm just going to start playing around. Maybe I'll go get some inspiration, search up some good music that I really like, that I want to make music like, look at some of the other artists. Then I'm just going to start messing around. And then day 2 to 12. Now, this is depending on whether or not you're going to go into a professional studio with a professional producer, or you're going to do it by yourself in the bedroom. The timeline can change. But nonetheless, the next few days or the next weeks, I'm going to continue to learn the social media platform that I'm on. So let's just say it's YouTube. I'm just going to start looking at some of the best performing YouTube videos, some artists that are on there that aren't signed to a big record label, that are independent like me, and then I'm just going to see what they do, what kind of content they produce, how they do it. Maybe it's Instagram or whatever, but let's just say we're doing YouTube. I'm just going to be spending some time studying the platform. And again, because like I said, it's like you have to know the platform culture. So that's what I'm going to spend time doing. And then I'm going to continue to reach out to producers and studios to schedule the time, because it could take a while to get a hold of them, to actually get in their schedule. And then I'm going to continue working on music, working on the songs, and the blueprints and the stems, like the blueprints and everything to the music, melodies and lyrics and all that stuff. Between day 9 and day 15, I should either be able to have a recording session booked, and the songs should be relatively done and ready to produce, ready to record and everything. And then that's what I'm going to do between day 9 and day 15. So I'm going to be working on the records, and then this is exclusive. Like when you finally get in and you're finally making the music, you want it to be exclusive. You're just doing that because this is your work here. This is going to be the thing that you're going to be promoting for over the next forever until you succeed. These top 3 songs are going to be the songs that you're promoting. So you want it to be good. And so you want to get recordings of it. You're going to be shooting a documentary because you're going to be successful. You're going to want this footage. So I'm going to be working on the records exclusively with the producers and the engineers, and I'm going to be recording the entire process. And then after that, so that could take anywhere from a couple days to a week to even a month, depending on how it goes. So whether or not you're doing it in your bedroom by yourself, or you're doing it at a professional recording studio with producers, it could take a couple days, it could take a couple months. And I think producers, they could cost anywhere from $200 to $1,000 a session, and studios, they could be $50 an hour to $100 an hour. After the records are done, day 20 to indefinitely, and this is the most important part, I'm going to be promoting every day. And this is the most important part of being in the music business, is promotion, marketing. That a lot of people, and this is where I messed up when I was younger, is I really love making music, and I got really caught up in making music every day. I wanted to make music every day. I wanted to record every day, and that's just, it was burning me out. It was taking up, so you only have so much energy and so much time in a day. You want the majority of that time and energy to go into letting people know that you exist. And so if you're just producing stuff, like there was that Russ video where he said you should be releasing a song every day, or you could release a song every week, and then just keep promoting that every day or every week on Instagram and stuff. And that's not going to work. That's going to burn you out. It takes a lot of energy to make music, and to make it well. And you're not going to be proud of all of that work that you produce when you just didn't put that much effort into it. It's just a quick way to burn yourself out. The majority of your energy and time, you want it to be spent on marketing if you want to be successful in the music business, not if you want to be the best musician. If you want to be the best musician, you might have to be okay with people not knowing you, and that's more of like the long-term game, where like you're mainly focusing on being a really amazing musician until one day somebody notices you. That is putting a lot at risk. You're putting a lot of your faith in chance there, instead of just running it like a business. And so from day 20 to indefinitely, I'm going to be on social media every day. I'm going to make one post every day. I'm going to try to get on playlists, college radio stations. I'm going to connect with artists, go to live shows, support them, work with the artists that I like on my social media. I'm going to help them promote their music. Whenever they post a song that I really like, I'm just going to say, yo, this is a really awesome track. Check it out. I'm going to be going to open mic nights. I'm going to be reaching out to music professionals and get reviews on my music, maybe send them my music to small enough A&R reps and just music tastemakers, people that aren't too big, that are smaller, that will actually get back to me via email. And then make press releases. There's things like PR Newswire, and I'm going to put together a document with all these resources. So again, check the bio for some of the resources in there that will help you, find ways to promote your music and everything. So this is the next section, which is the marketing plan. This is what you're going to do daily, weekly, and monthly after you have your 1 to 3 songs. You could really do this off of one song, but 1 to 3, I feel like like 3 is a good amount, a good enough amount to let people know that you're an artist and to promote it. Because again, I can't stress this enough, the majority of your energy and your time is going to be spent letting people know that you exist. And one of the most important things about social media, this is the most important thing that you need. You need to be able to handle being clowned, being made fun of. So one of the most important metrics of success, like, yes, having a lot of streams, having money, all that stuff, those are good metrics of success. But you need smaller metrics of success when you're first starting out that's letting you know you're on the right path. And contrary to popular belief, you know that you're succeeding in social media when you're getting people coming into your comments and saying you suck. When people say, wow, this is trash, you suck, blah blah blah, the more people that you have clowning you, the more likely you are going to be successful. Those are good metrics. So you want to go into posting on social media having people clown you, because that is better than having just crickets, silence. So if people are silent, it just means that, like, dude, like, this is not even worth their time. It's not good. It doesn't matter. If you are somewhat good, you have somewhat good production, somewhat good music, there are going to be haters. And that's the most important thing. So you want to get those haters. And so you should sort of use that as just like a metric of success. Like, okay, I'm going to post this video. I got to get at least somebody that's coming in and saying, wow, this is trash, whatever. But daily, every day, you want to make at least one social media post on your chosen social media platform every day. And then you want to interact with your network, a few artists that you really like in your town that are at your level or whatever. You want to interact with them every day. Like, whether it's just going to their posts, talking to them, or sending them something, whatever. And you want this to start small. You don't want to have like 100 people that you have to interact with. I've said this already. You want to build your networks slowly. Artists that you really respect, you really like their music, you think that they're good, you think their style can vibe with you, or your styles are complementary. So interact with them. And then you want to spend some time every day just finding other new people, other new artists, producers, people in the music industry, engineers, recording engineers, and just connect with them, follow them, add them to your spreadsheet on your Google Sheets, and just, you want to, again, start this off slow, because true, genuine connections are going to be stronger than quick, fast, high volume amount of connections. And then every week, you want to repost your content to every social media site. So if your main social media site is YouTube and you made a short or you made a long form video, then you're going to make a bunch of short form videos from that long form video, and then you're going to post it on Facebook, you're going to post it on TikTok, and you're going to post it on Instagram. And if you want to go a little bit further, you want to post it onto Twitter, X, or LinkedIn, or not LinkedIn, but Facebook and everything, you want to do actual writing, then you can take your video and you could just write about it and put it on X. And but primarily in the music business, it's mainly a video game. So but it's primarily video. Video is the medium that you're going to be using a lot. So again, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat. Even you could put your videos on the Snapchat Explore page, Pinterest even. And so you want to do that once a week. Once a week, you want to go to an in-person event. And that, let's say, if you're living in any city, there's going to be other rappers, other musicians around you there's going to be events going on. There are going to be shows. There are going to be open mics. There's a lot of things that are going on. So in Los Angeles, there's this organization called Something Dope, and it's like an open mic, and it actually gets pretty freaking, a lot of people show up there, and it gets pretty big. And you could just sign up, and they do a lottery ticket where random musicians will get selected to come up and perform their song. That is a phenomenal thing to go to if you want to get some performance experience, but also connect with other people. But nonetheless, you want to go to any in-person event. There's usually one happening every week, whether it's an open mic or somebody's performing, and you want them to be small. You don't want to go to like a big event where there's 100 people plus, which that might not sound big to you, but I mean, you want it to be anything less than 100 people so you could talk to people. And they're probably going to be people that are in your local scene, that know people and everything. So you just want your face to be known. Like, you're showing up like, yeah, I'm a musician, I'm just here supporting other musicians and everything. So you need to go to at least one in-person event a week. You want to send emails to music professionals once a week. So that's like small playlists. You don't want to go for the huge playlists like Rap Caviar or any of that stuff like that. There's a lot of small playlists out there. Just average people that have they're not even monetizing their playlists, but for some reason they just do it for fun. You want to spend some time finding these people, and this takes a long time. And then you want to email them. You want to follow up with them after a week. So there's going to be a lot of following up, a lot of clerical work, a lot of data collection and data entry, finding names, finding emails and everything. And then you want to update your network, figure out the musicians that you're actually connecting with, that are producers or people that you're actually connecting with, that you feel like they vibe with you, they dig your work, you dig their work and everything. Cut them out, cut out people, add new people, whatever. And then you want to practice music once a week, because I look, you're not in this, again, like I said, to practice music every day and to be the best musician. You're in here to be a good musician. Me, I don't need to practice. I've been doing music my entire life, ever since I was 12 years old. I will do music like once a week. And I wish I could do music every day, but running a business, you have to do a lot of business work. So you're probably going to work on songs once a week, and that's it. Just playing around, messing with melodies, messing with writing, just messing around and stuff, and preparing for actually recording music in the future. So you're going to be doing that once a week, because again, the majority of your days and the majority of your energy needs to be spent on building the business, marketing your music. Next, monthly, every month, you might record a demo, or you might actually record a full legit song going into the studio, working with a producer, or you're doing it in your bedroom. And then at least once a month you want to perform. So whether or not that's like an open mic or actually getting on a small local show, you want to try to get to perform at least once a month, or get onto a show once a month. And so this is where your weekly work comes into play. In your weekly work, you're going to be finding promoters and bookers in your city or in any area that you're in. You're going to find those bookers. You're going to reach out to them via email. You're going to send them your music, and you're going to say you want to perform. And then you might get them once a month, every other month, or whatever, but at least once a month you want to try to perform. And that's just going to help you get your face out there into your city. One thing that I really want to talk about, which I didn't really write a lot about, but there's two kinds of success in music. There is financially successful, so you make money. You're able to make money with your music, and you're able to pay your bills with your music. So you could pay your rent, you could buy food with your music. And that's the ideal. There's people, so there's the financial success, and then there's the attention success, fame. You're famous. People know you as a musician. You're now a famous musician. And so people know you, and you got clout. But being famous and having clout doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have money. Yes, you'll be able to pay your bills and everything, but the money doesn't actually translate. And so one of the reason why I wanted to talk about these two routes of being successful as a musician, you either have the financial success or the fame success, is the reason why I want to talk about this is because the financial success is a better target. And the reason why it's a better target is because it is easier to control. It's the one that you are more likely to have. Some people, they choose the fame route first. A lot of you musicians out there, and it's easy for us to do because we're not really business savvy at the beginning, but you choose to be famous first. So everybody, they want to go on social media, and they just want to go viral and everything. And that's their plan. Their game plan is to get famous, to get clout. And then they end up doing everything centered around getting clout and being famous and everything. And there is a formula to actually make it that way. Like, you can, like, there's ways to do it where it increases your probability of actually achieving it. Yes, that there are certain components in your control, but the probability of it happening is really low, and it's a really quick way to burn yourself out, and it's a quick way to demoralize you and make you feel like wow, this isn't going to work out, and then you just kind of give up because you put a target on fame, clout, being famous, and then you want to see the results, and it's really hard to see the results of being famous in music at the beginning. And so again, that could ruin your entire career, because you end up just getting disheartened and you're like, wow, this isn't going to work out, and then you stop, and that's guaranteed failure. Now, when you focus on money, financial success, like I'm actually going to make money from doing my music, that is easier to attain and it's tangible. You could measure it, and you could actually see money coming in a lot easier than seeing fame coming in. And that'll make you excited. You'll feel rewarded, like, wow, this is actually working. I could actually do this. And so that's the thing that I suggest people focus on. Focus on making money and actually using that as a metric of success rather than fame. And if you're able to make money, then that increases your probability of becoming a famous musician, having clout, because you could re-funnel that money into marketing efforts that can actually get you more known. And so that's what I suggest. Those are the two paths to success in music: the financial path or the fame path. Now, getting famous, yes, you'll get the financials, but you could get screwed over a lot. You probably heard about the music industry controversies of musicians not getting paid well and everything. That is true. So you could easily get fame and still get screwed on your money, or you could get your money and then you can translate that into fame. You may not go viral. There's a high chance that you go viral if you post every day. Like you will get better. You'll learn, and you can actually study viral posts and try to go about it that way. But when you post a video and when you start posting consistently, this is what I've noticed. You will at least get, from every post or from every other post, you'll at least get one person that will go and listen to your song on Spotify. If you do that every day, that compounds really quickly. And if you actually made decent music, you're bound to get people that put that song on their own personal playlist. I have one song that I recorded, mixed, and mastered myself, and it's on an upward of like 930 playlists. I don't even know how it happened. I think I did run a couple of campaigns on Facebook where I ran marketing campaigns, but it got on 930 personal playlists, and that gets a lot of streams for me. And so now that they're on those playlists, I get streams on that song every day. It's easy to get people to listen to your music just by posting content and then having that compound over time and start making money. There's something that I wanted to say that I'm kind of forgetting. Now, I know this video was a little long, and maybe I really hope that it was helpful. I want to say that you're running a business. You can be a successful musician. Anybody could do it. The easiest thing to actually see some success in is making money via streams. You could get streams just by posting social media content. So the whole social media game is not about going viral at the beginning. You can do that. You can focus on going viral, and you can get there. You could probably, study certain formulas, content formulas and everything, and get really good at social media. But that is a game that can be really hard to win, and you could end up just losing and really demotivating yourself. Whereas if you post a video today and then you get somebody that likes that goes over to your Spotify and listens to your song, one stream, that's a win. You just won. You got a real human to go from their from social media to your Spotify page to listen to your song. So if you post a video every day, maybe you can even post 3 videos a day, and you get one person from every single video going over and listening to your song, that is a stream, and that compounds over time. And before you know it, you have thousands of streams on your song. The upshot of this video is, really quickly before I get to the upshot of this video, I have spreadsheets of playlist curators, of people that choose music for movies and video games, a couple of other spreadsheets with people that are in the music industry that you can reach out to, and some of these more in-depth documents that help you navigate this music industry and becoming successful in it. Because again, I guarantee you, if you follow these things, there's ways to increase the probability of you being successful in the music industry. It is primarily working with as many people as you can that you genuinely mess with, that you genuinely appreciate their work and their efforts, working with producers that you like. And you don't have to find the big producers. There's a lot of small producers that are at your level that are really good. And as long as you like their work, you think that they're good, and you like them as a person and everything, then you work with them. And then you go to open mic nights, you go to local shows in your city, and you spend some time reaching out to A&R reps, to radio show hosts, like small college radio show hosts, small playlist curators, maybe smaller shows like I don't know what they're called. They're like lower production shows, and find the people that handle the music there and send your music to them. Because out of all of this, at least the people are going to listen to your music, and they're just going to know you. That's all it's about. It's just about, and this is all business, just putting yourself out there and letting people know this is who you are. You are the musician. You're good. You're a professional. You do this, and you're committed to it. Because over the course of years, it's going to be hard to just not know that this person is a musician. They've been doing this for a long time. It will build up. The recognition will build up as long as you just keep releasing content and marketing and letting people know that you exist. So again, that's the most important part. Just get on the internet, get out in the world, connect with people, work with people, collaborate, and let people know that you exist. And that is going to get you some level of success financially first. And one thing that I want to say about becoming financially successful in music is that there are certain tools that you need, certain accounts that you need to sign up for, like the performance, the pros, the ASCAP, BMI, the MLC, Sound Exchange, and organizations that you need to sign up with to get the most of your money. But that's a whole nother video. But I hope this helps. Just check the bio. There's going to be some resources in there that should help you out. But again, if you want to be successful in this music business, making money is plausible. It's possible. That should be your target, to let you know that this could actually work, just making some sort of money. And then the majority of your work is going to be promotion. You could take one song and spin that up into as many pieces of content forever. Just 1 to 3 songs. So like making videos, skit videos, talking about your song, talking about what the song was about, just promoting music videos. So you could take 3 songs and post content about that for the next 2 to 4 years. And that's what you want to do. You want to be more focused on marketing than you do on making music, because people need to know that you exist. And we live in an age where there's so many musicians, there's so much information, there's so much content on the internet, that just being phenomenal, just making really good music, is not enough to be successful. You can make really good music and nobody will ever hear it. Now, the difference between you and somebody who is successful is the person who's doing it. So there's a lot of grunt work, a lot of busy work. You have to do it every day. Every day you have to show up and be on social media. You have to release content every day. You have to get creative, work with people, find people you want to work with, and do stuff, make stuff, and then just let the world know what you made. And yeah, I hope that helps. My name is Roman18. I'm a musician. I make rap, hip hop, pop, rock, and this is my music channel. And one thing that I wanted to add, I'm going to put together a video and a document teaching you how to produce, mix, and master your own music. So if you need access to resources and you want help succeeding in this music business, give me a follow, subscribe to this channel, and then check out some of the resources that I have in the bio. All right, take care.